Hello, and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Yes, that's right. I'm feeling primed. I went to the hotel bar and I decided that you know what? I'm gonna do another show since I already did the research. I have the cappers. I'm gonna do another show so I can relax one of these days this week, one of these nights, I'm sorry. And I'm going to give you another UFC capper comparison picks for Vegas 47. These are select fights because one of them is actually a feature fight. The other two are, I believe, prelims. So we're going to call this select fights. Be sure to check out the video I did a few hours ago before I was tipsy on some prelim fights. I changed my shirt so I could tell the difference between these. After I did the last episode earlier today, like a couple hours ago, I went down to the hotel bar, had some great dinner. I had a steakhouse salad and a lamb gyro. Stuffed. I brought the lamb gyro back because I knew I was going to be hungry. And I started out with a couple beers, you know, but then I switched to Bloody Marys, and the dude, Ethan, the bartender, Ethan made over-poured crazy good Bloody Marys. Matter of fact, I took one to go. I have one right here. So this is a continue with the Bloody Marys, and he said I made that one extra special, and I could tell he did. Once again, I love the overpour from the bartenders. So we're gonna do another UFC Vegas 47 capper comparison show on some select fights. We're starting out with this should have been on the show I did earlier today. We have Alexis Davis and Julija Stoliorenko. This is a female bantamweight fight, of course, and this is going to be a good one because we've got I know people are always bashing the female fights, low level female fight. I'm not betting it. Whatever you do, you can make money on every bet. I'm still searching for that perfect card. I came close once. Oh, I came close a couple times, but I'm still searching for that perfect card. And who knows, maybe it'll be this weekend. But we've got Alexis Davis. She is the favorite here. She's got a record of 20-11. Yes, that's right. Double-digit losses for Alexis Davis. I have to tilt my camera up a little bit so I don't have to bend down because... There we go. How's that? How's that? Oh, much better. Much better. We have Alexis Davis, 20-11. She's the -210 favorite. And she's taking on Julija Stoliorenko, 9-5-1. Now, Alexis Davis, she's much older. She is 37 years old. Stoliorenko is 28. Stoliorenko has a record of 9-5-1, and she is the plus 180 underdog. See that? Of course, the over/under. Of course, the bookies think it's going to go to decision, like most female fights do. Not all of them, most of them. At -260, the under is plus 200. So get it while it's hot if you think it's going to not go the distance. All right, let's talk about the favorite first in Alligator. That's Alexis Davis. Okay, Alligator. She's coming off a loss to Pani Kianzad. Pani Kianzad's pretty good. She looks like an ex-girlfriend I had back in 2001. Her name was Melissa. She still has a little small part of my heart they'll always be a part of my heart for Melissa. But anyway, Pani Kianzad looks a lot like an ex-girlfriend of mine, but whatever. She beat Alexis Davis by unanimous decision. And then before that, though, Alexis Davis has a nice win against Sabina Mazo. She was supposed to be this hot female prospect coming up. She beat her by unanimous decision. Before that, she took 2 losses, but they were both against pretty good fighters. Vivian Araujo, unanimous decision loss there. And before that, Jennifer Maia, unanimous decision loss there. Both pretty decent fighters. Actually, she lost 3 before that win against Sabina Mazo. She lost again to Caitlin Chukagian, who just beat Jennifer Maia last week. So, I mean, those are all not horrible losses. But she is 1-4 in her last 5. She is a Canadian fighting out of Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in California. I think she ought to go to like TriStar, one of those Canadian gyms. Why don't you just stay at home, right? But she's training out of Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in California. I will note, back in like 2011, yeah, it was over a decade ago, she does have a knockout win over Amanda Nunes. TKO win over Amanda Nunes. She knocked her ass out in round 2. Yes, Alexis Davis did that. Okay, now she's taking on Julija Stoliarenko. Julia, whatever you want to call her. Let's call her Julia because she's, what is she, Ukrainian or Lithuanian? She's Lithuanian. Julija Stoliarenko is 9-5-1. She's coming off a loss to the Raging Panda, Julia Avila. Julia Avila got her in a rear naked choke round 3. Before that, she got pretty much owned by Yana Kunitskaya. Yana had her way with her. But both Julia Avila and Yana Kunitskaya both are, I think, top 10 or top 15 ranked fighters for females in their respective divisions. Before that, that UFC debut was against Yana Kunitskaya. So, I mean, and Yana Kunitskaya is not an easy task to beat for females. It's Thiago Silva's girlfriend, right? Do I got that name right? I don't know. I'm a little tipsy. Julia, before that, though, she was fighting in Invicta where she was doing very well. And here's one thing I want to say. She fought Lethway. You know what Lethway is? Lethway, let me tell you a little about Lethway. I looked it up on Wikipedia. This shit is the bloodiest mixed martial arts. It's not even mixed martial arts. It's Burmese bare knuckle boxing. It's pretty much Muay Thai without gloves. This shit is bloody. This shit is rough. It's for real. This shit, you can't even get judged. It's either you win by a knockout. If you make it to the end and both fighters are standing, it's called a draw. There's no judges. In order to win, you have to either doctor stoppage or knock out your opponent. That's how you win. You can't, if you make it all 3 or 5 rounds, both opponents, one could be bloody, but if they're not done, if they're still standing, it's considered a draw. This shit is a rough Lethway. I looked it up. I read about it. It's legit. It's a legit. It's kind of like Kumite, like the blood sport, like Frank Dukes and Bolo. You know, it's a. What's Bolo Young's name in that? Chung Lee. It's like Kumite shit. But anyway, Julija Stoliarenko was in a Lethway tournament, Lethway Japan, and she won doctor stoppage because she busted the other girl's face, broke her nose. Like I said, doctor stoppage or knockout. That's the only ways you can win. There's no like judge. You can't get judged and win. Okay, she also fought in King of Kings. She fights out of Fighter House, that is in Lithuania. She has a 1-inch height and 1-inch reach advantage over Alexis Davis. I'll tell you what though, she's kind of a one-trick pony because of her 9 wins, I think, unless I miscounted, I want to say 7 of the 9 wins are by armbar. Yeah, that's her go-to. That's her, when in doubt, go for the armbar. Just grab that shit. She tried against Julija Avila, but Julija Avila was smart enough to not let her get that. She knew going into that fight. She had the smart enough. The Raging Panda's got good fight IQ. Before she fought Julija Stoliarenko, she knew she's a one-trick pony. You gotta watch out for that armbar. I'm not gonna let her get my arm, and I should be able to win this, as she did. She managed to get the rear naked choke in round 3. And Alexis Davis, she's not a fool either. Alexis Davis is a jiu-jitsu black belt, so I don't think... But this girl, Julija Stoliarenko, she'll give flying armbar. She'll run up, climb your chest and grab your arm and give you a flying armbar. She's got a victory by flying armbar in Tapology. Check it out. And you know what, Julia, she's what, 9 years younger, and she's aggressive. She's aggressive with the strikes too. I don't know. This is gonna be, like I said, that Lethway. I like the Lethway. The Lethway makes it seem so much more intense. Lethway. It's so bare knuckle Burmese boxing. Come on, that's got to count for something against a 37-year-old Alexis Davis. Anyway, let's see what the cappers have to say. I apologize for rambling, not kind of, but not really. I mean, I'm a little tipsy, and I'm still drinking these heavy pour, over poured Bloody Marys. Time check, because I told them they close. And I got an hour and a half. They close in an hour and a half. Said I might be down for another refill. So. Woo! Boy. Tito's too. It's not your generic absolute. It's Tito's. Tito Bloody Marys. Mwah! Magnifique. Magnifique. Whatever. Alright. Let's see what the cappers have to say here. Taking the favorite in Alexis Davis. These are all a whole new batch of cappers, which I will put their links in the description, just like I did the other ones. But this one might have to wait till after 10 p.m. Eastern, because I think I'm going to hit that hotel bar one more time before they close. We got taking Alexis Davis. We've got the Stat Diggers. That's DFS and Wheezy. DFS by the numbers as Brady and Wheezy, Uncle Wheezy. Uncle Wheezy is actually staying right away from this fight. He has no pick here. But DFS, that's Brady. Brady definitely is taking Alexis Davis here. Then we've got Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts. Leighton also taking Alexis Davis. We got the MMA Guru, the one with the knit cap from the UK, not the MMA Prediction Guru from California. Guru, he's taking Alexis Davis by decision. Well, surprise, surprise, female fight. Of course, it's going to most likely go to decision, unless your last name is Shevchenko. Then we've got James Lynch. He did interview Alexis Davis. He's also taken her by decision. And finally, last but not least, we've got Artem MMA Analysis. He's the Australian capper. Artem is taken, also Alexis Davis, making this a full capper consensus. If you don't know, now you know. Full capper consensus is when all the cappers take one side. In this case, everybody's taking the old-ass Alexis Davis, 37-year-old Alexis Davis, to beat the 29-year-old Julija Stoliorenko, because Stoliorenko, from what they're saying, is garbage. I mean, I don't think she's that bad. She does have a killer armbar, and she did fight Lethway. Whew, I'm kind of tempted to go against the capper majority here and take Stoliorenko, but man, and Alexis Davis has not been doing that great. She's been going on a, what is she, 1-4 in her last 5. But Stoliorenko, she's winless in the UFC. Winless. Alexis Davis, double-digit loss to Stoliorenko. Winless in the UFC. Well, her debut was against Yana Kunitskaya. She went to unanimous decision, not bad. And then she lost to the Raging Panda Julija Avila, who I'm high on. And that was a rear naked choke in round 3. So, you know what? I might give Stoliorenko, I might give her the benefit of the doubt. Because Alexis Davis, 37 years old, even though she has fought most of her losses, but there's a lot of them. They're double digits. She's 20-11. Man, this is a very tough fight. It's a coin flip, but I guess when in doubt, go with the value. Plus money, plus 180. Let's go. Let's go. Julija Stoliorenko. I'm gonna go with that. I don't feel confident at all. I'm just doing it. I'm a little tipsy. I'm gonna take Stoliorenko to get it done. You know what? She does have a slight height and reach advantage too. I think Alexis Davis is a black belt though. A black belt. Stoliorenko though, she can pull that armbar out of her ass at any moment, and she's good with it. She's, you know, when I used to wrestle in high school, I remember there was this kid, I wrestled at Johnstown High School. There was this kid, a Japanese kid. He wasn't in my weight class. He was like, he was down at like the 105, 110s, down way less. His last name was Yamaguchi. And this kid from Ballston Spa, he was like a one-trick pony, but he had like an undefendable, like, was it like a single leg, double leg or something? Or no, it was like a judo thing. I forget because I never went against it, but I remember the guy in my school that was supposed to go against him. We had a good 105er in our school too, and he was like always in the top. He was always a finalist, but he never won a championship. But I'm sorry, reminiscent, and I might get the facts a little twisted, but Tim Daly, he was the kid from our school. He was kind of he's a good dude. I mean, I'm friends with him, I guess. But he was the 110, 105, whatever that weight class is in high school wrestling. And he was going against this, I'm pretty sure his last name was Yamaguchi. Or, it was definitely a Japanese kid, and he was from Ballston Spa High School. And I remember Tim Daly was like, all I gotta do is defend that one move he's got that he destroys everybody with. Because if you can master one move where it's so hard to defend, you can ride that all the way to a state championship. The kid from Ballston Spa, though, the Yamaguchi kid or whatever his name was, he made it to the state tournament, but he lost in the on his way. He never even made it to the finals. I think he lost to the guy that won in that weight class. But just sorry. Anyway, I'm just saying what I'm trying to get to is Julija Stoliorenko. If she's a master at that armbar, which apparently she is, she might be able to catch Alexis Davis slipping up at 37 years old. It's worth a slip up. I don't know. So I'm going to take her by, let's just say within distance. That'll be safe. On Tapology, I don't know. Who knows? I'll probably switch it back to Alexis Davis. I don't know. But Stoliarenko also has the age. She's 28. You know, so I'm going to go Stoliorenko by submission. And moving on. Next we have Smiling Sam Alvey taking on Phil Haws. Both these guys, I can make bitches on both these guys. Smiling Sam Alvey is the underdog here, plus 285. He hasn't won since forever. I don't even know how long. His last win was against Jean Vellante, who's just a laughing stock. But let's see. He's lost to. But the thing is, most of these losses are robberies. He lost to Wellington Turman, robbery, split decision. There was eye pokes involved, but you know what? I had money on Smiling Sam Alvey, and I think he should have won that. I think that was a robbery. Before that, he lost to Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez got him in a rear naked choke round 2. You can't deny that. Before that, he had a draw against Da Un Jung, who is, I think, one of the most phenomenal middleweight, light heavyweight, middleweight. I think he's light heavyweight now. I don't know. But I'm a big fan of Da Un Jung. But I'll tell you what, Smiling Sam Alvey should have won that fight. It was a draw, and it was a robbery draw. Even Da Un Jung was kind of surprised. He tried to, after the fight, he was like, you could tell his face, he thought he'd lost, and he got the draw, and he was like, oh, and he tried to give, like, shake hands with Smiling Sam Alvey. Sam was like, I'm not smiling now, you motherfucker, you just got a robbery draw. And then, before that, he had, Ryan Spawn. That was another one. Ryan Spawn, robbery split decision. Ryan Spawn was shocked when they lifted his arm as the winner for a split decision over Sam Alvey. Ryan Spawn was like, really? Huh, that's something. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Smiling Sam Alvey destroyed this guy. He should have... Sam Alvey should have got the win there too. So that's 1, 2, 3 robbery decisions or draws. You know, that 3 fights that he should have won in the last 5. But he is, I will tell you what, he is 0-6-1 in his last 7 fights. Hasn't won since 2018, and that was against a lackluster bum named Jean Vellante by split decision. He does fight out of Team Quest in California. I will say Sean Strickland fights out of there. And he's good friends with who? He's good friends with Chris Curtis. Learned that today. He's good friends with Chris Curtis, and Chris Curtis gave him insight on how to beat Phil Haws. Because Phil Haws is coming off a knockout in round 1 versus Chris Curtis. So, you know, Chris Curtis, if he knows anything, he's going to give that information to his good friend, Smiling Sam Alvey. Okay? Speaking of Phil Haws, let's discuss him. Minus 350 favorite. 3.5 to 1 odds. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Phil Megatron Haws is coming off that loss. Chris Curtis, he lost round 1 KO. He's 3-2 in his last 5. He has wins. He has good wins though. His wins against Kyle Dawkins, unanimous decision. Nasruddin Imavov, the Russian sniper there, fighting out of France. Majority decision. That was kind of iffy. I don't know. And he beat Jacob Malkoun. He knocked his ass out 18 seconds in round 1. Where's that Phil Haws now? You know, because now people are saying Phil Haws is chinny because Chris Curtis took care of business over him. But he is fighting, and you know what? Phil Haws 11-3. All 3 of his losses happened by finish inside the distance. I will give you that. So I don't know. He does have a 2-inch reach advantage, and he's fighting out of Sanford MMA. And Phil Haws does have wrestling accolades. I do believe he went to the NCAA tournament, and in high school he went to the state finalists. I think he might have even been a state champ, and I forget where. I did mention it before, though, when he was supposed to go against, who was supposed to go against that little, the short wrestler from, I can't think of it now. I can picture the guy's face. He dates a girl that fights too. Man, it's right at the tip of my tongue. I can't think. Earlier, the video earlier, I forgot to mention, I noticed it on the replay when I was at the bar when I was watching the replay. I said Noah Allen and the Mecha guy. Noah Allen is the Mecha guy. The other chat guy in the Unranked Contender Series contest is Real News MMA. I apologize, Real News. I stumbled on my words, and that was, I wasn't even drunk then. But anyways, I'm in an unranked contenders contest with BC Dave, Mbae, and Chat, which is represented by Noah Allen and Real News MMA. Those two are representing Chat. If the Chat wins, they get hoodies. They get hoodies. Good job on them. Anyway, back to this. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Smiling Sam Alvey. Smiling Sam Alvey, just a touch older than Haws, but mad more fights. Smiling Sam Alvey is 35. Haws is 33. So only a little bit older. But look at the amount of fights he's got. He's got like 4 times as many fights. 33, 16, and 1 to Haws' 11 and 3. But 16, that's a lot of double-digit losses, buddy. It's a lot of losses. Okay, let's start with the favorite in Phil Haws. We've got, taking Phil Haws, we've got Artem MMA. He thinks Phil Haws should be able to get the KO over Smiling Sam Alvey, but I don't know, dude, Artem. Sam Alvey is durable. All these fights go to decision. He just happens to not be, he just happens to lose the decision because you know what? Sam Alvey does, what his whole game plan is not attractive because he looks to, he plays defensive boxing where he wants to counter. That's his trick, is to counter. That's his method of victory, is counter punches. So he waits, and the judges don't like to see a guy off his back foot. They like to see the aggression. They like to see the forward progress. They like to see the come with it. Okay. Then we've got James Lynch. James Lynch is saying Haws by decision. James Lynch did interview, I think, both these guys. James Lynch interviews everybody. Check out his interview shit. He's got a whole playlist. It'll say like UFC Vegas 47 playlist interviews, and every fighter that he's interviewed that's on this card will be in that playlist. It's fantastic. Good info, good knowledge. We got the Guru from the UK with a stupid Nick cap. He's saying KO round 1 for Phil Haws. Then we've got Leighton, UFC Gambling Addicts. He makes me always want to smoke because he does the smoke break. This week's smoke break was what was it? It was the something about positive P or playing the P or something. It was all about positivity and, you know, being positive with your insight. I forgot exactly his terminology. Is something new, hip term. I forget. Posi P or playing P or pushing the P. I forgot. It was something weird. But anyway, UFC Gambling Addicts, I'm a big fan of Leighton. I always have been. I always will be. One of these days, I want to make a trip over to the UK. I want to visit Guru, MMA Guru, and even more so, Leighton from UFC Gambling Addicts. I want to hang out with them just for like one afternoon, just to chill with them. Because my wife is from Europe. My wife is actually from Germany, but she said Germany is like driving to England is it's not like it's a day trip. You know what I mean? It's something in Europe. Going to different countries is not like here in the North America. Well, I can go to Canada in a couple hours, but I'm saying it's a lot easier to get to other countries in Europe than it is in North America. It's kind of like states, those countries in Europe. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Then finally we got the Stat Diggers. Both Wheezy, Uncle Wheezy, and DFS are on Phil Haws. They got to, because Sam Alvey hasn't won in ages, and I don't even know why he's still in here. But Sam Alvey, man, Phil Haws has that suspect chin. So Sam Alvey does have a way to victory. Let me show you this, though. Everybody making this full capper consensus. I'm not going to do the dance. I'm a little bit too tipsy. But everybody in this case is taking Phil Haws to get it done over Smiling Sam Alvey. Which, I mean, God bless Smiling Sam Alvey. I've always been a supporter of him, and I've taken him on all the robberies. I feel like fool me a couple times. It's just, he's got to be due. He's got to get a win. How is he even still in the UFC? Kind of like the male version of Angela Hill. Angela Hill, I've taken her so many times, and so many times she's got the robbery loss. Like robbery decision losses. Just, it happens. I don't know. The judges don't like how, some of these fighters, their styles and how they look. Like Smiling Sam Alvey, visually, he does not look like a good fighter because he's the counter puncher. He's not the aggressor. He waits and he does the defensive boxing, and the judges see that. He's not coming with the aggression. He's just reacting to the punch. It's just, you're not going to win decisions looking like that. Anyway, I'm going to have to go with Phil Haws. Like I said, Phil Haws does have NCAA wrestling background, and he's I'm pretty sure he's state champion from, maybe Virginia or something like that, Phil Haws. So I'm going to go with Phil Haws. I think he's going to use his wrestling, get Sam Alvey to the ground, because Phil Haws does have that suspect chin. He doesn't want to get punched. He doesn't like it. He's going to get a takedown on Sam Alvey and just wet blanket him. It's going to be a boringish kind of fight. Phil Haws by decision will be my pick. I don't know what that props out to be, but as of right now, Phil Haws, there's gross value, no value. Blech, minus 350. Blech. So I'm taking Phil Haws to get it done by decision. Hopefully that is a negative number or a positive number when I look that up. And moving on. Next, I have to pause the camera so I can write this stuff on the board. Moving on. Next we have this is actually the feature fight. That's why these are called select fights. It's a feature fight, but the original lineup had this as a prelim. I don't know why. This is probably the best fight on the card aside from the main event. This might even be better than the main event. I don't know. We've got the welterweight fight between Shavkat Rakhmonov and Carlson Harris. Shavkat Rakhmonov, the Nomad, phenomenal. He's 14-0, hasn't tasted loss yet. 27 years old. He's got a trained eagle that killed an animal that he built. He made his hat. He's got that crazy hat out of the animal that his trained eagle snatched up and killed. That I heard that from Uncle Easy today. That is phenomenal. That's a fantastic story. Carlston Harris, 17-4, a plus 200 underdog, and Carlson Harris not looking bad at plus 200. Very enticing. Mocambique is his nickname. He's coming off a win against Impa Kansangane. Impa, I mean, a UFC caliber fighter. I know he has that loss to Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley had the knockout of the year over Impa Kansangane, but still, Impa Kansangane is still like I would say he's slightly better than mediocre. And Carlson Harris took care of him. TKO round 1. Carlson Harris is no joke. Before that, his UFC debut was against Christian Aguilera, who is no longer in the UFC, but he did manage to take out Christian Aguilera and a kind of choke. Round 1. Looking good. He's on a 5-fight win streak. His last loss was against a guy named Jarrah Hussein Al-Salawi, where he got beat by TKO round 1. That was in Brave FC. That was quite a while ago. If you look at his typology, he has a notable win against Michel Pereira even. And Wellington Turman. Yes, check them both out. He does have... Carlson Harris, really, don't sleep on this dude. He is not just a look over. You don't look over this guy. The thing is, Shavkat has definitely the age advantage. Rakhmonov is 27. Carlson Harris is 34. And there's a couple other things going against him. Shavkat Rakhmonov, undefeated, like I said. He's got a 1-inch height advantage, 1-inch reach advantage. He fights out of Kazakhstan. It doesn't have his gym listed on Tapology, but this dude, he's coming off a win against Michel Prazeres, rear naked choke round 2. Before that, he got a guillotine round 1 against Alex Oliveira. He is the M1 welterweight champ. He's the Battle of Nomads welterweight champ. This dude has yet to see defeat. I don't see it happen coming soon, but let's see what the cappers have to say. Starting with Shavkat Rakhmonov, the -240 favorite. You already know how it's going to go, but let's go. We've got Leighton, UFC Gambling Addicts, UFC GA. I am in his Patreon and UFC GA. He puts all his picks on his Patreon. It's super cheap. It's like, I don't know, $6 or $7 a month, something stupid like that. Then we've got both the Stat Diggers, DFS and Uncle Weezy, both taking Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat Rakhmonov, I know, was picked by somebody in the in my unranked contenders contest, and I was so jealous of it because I wanted to pick him, but somebody else did. I don't have I'm not at home, so I don't have that paper in front of me, but I know some, probably Real News MMA and Noah Allen, probably the team from the chat. But I don't know. Somebody has Rakhmonov coming, and I think he will probably break into the top 10 after this victory of Carlson Harris. That's a good victory. Okay, then we have James Lynch. James Lynch is saying Rakhmonov second round finish. He said finish because he doesn't really know. He can do either submission or TKO. So he's just saying second round for Shavkat, second round. And Artem MMA analysis. Artem is also taking Shavkat Rakhmonov, but it is not a full capper consensus. You know why? Because the MMA guru is taking Carlson Harris. He thinks Harris will get the upset here. Harris does have, he's low-key got good well-roundedness. What did he say? I can't remember exactly all the, what his, but he's got like, he's fought and beat some decent fighters. Like I said, he's beat Michelle Pajeda, he's beat Wellington Turman, he's most recently, he's beaten Impa Kasangane, Christian Aguilera. He's on a 5-fight win streak. This dude's no joke. Carlson Harris, and that is very viable. And it's a, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Carlson Harris upset everybody. But I'm gonna, in this case, I'm taking Shavkat Rakhmonov. I think he just edges him out pretty much everywhere. But I don't know. Carlson Harris is good striking and on the ground. It really could go either way, but I got to go with the undefeated guy. Carlson Harris has 4 losses, so he has seen loss. Rakhmonov has not seen it. I think Rakhmonov should get it done. I'm going to say within distance. We'll say... yeah, just like James Lynch said, second round. We'll say second round. I don't really know method, I suppose. It's got to be either... I guess he's good at both, but, you know, I'm going to probably say... where's Carlson Harris out of? Renovacao Fight Team. They know jiu-jitsu down there. We're just going to say KO. TKO. Round 2. Second round. Okay. So there you have it. Finishing this show off. Look at that. I did 2 shows, 2 Capper Compare shows in one night from the hotel room. Pretty proud of myself for doing that. So to recap, time check. Ooh, I have very little time to get down to the bar. But to recap, I've got... all right, what did I take? I took Julija Stoliorenko via submission. I am drunk. Via submission. I think I said round 2. I mean, I don't know. It can happen. I might change my bet on that, but I put it on the show. I am a stand-up guy, and I'm gonna bet it. I'm going to put Stoliorenko in a parlay with Phil Haws. I got Phil Haws winning by decision because Sam Alvey is durable. He does not quit. He's always looking for that counter strike, but I just don't see it happening. I think Phil Haws is going to take him down, wet blanket him, use his wrestling. That's the smart play to go, and get the victory by decision. And finally, I've got Shavkat Rakhmonov by, what did I say? With it, TKO round 2, get it over Carlson Harris. Not taking anything away from Carlson Harris. I think he's a very good fighter, and he does have a chance to win this, but I'm going to go with Shavkat Rakhmonov here to get it done. So, let me just doodle these in with the orange. Okay, I took Stoliorenko by submission. I took Phil Haws by decision. That's right, durability of Smiling Sam. And I took Shavkat by TKO, second round. There it is. So gather your info. place your bets and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching for the second time tonight. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a like, leave comments. Make sure you watch the video I did earlier before I was tipsy. Overpoured Bloody Marys. Be sure you do the leave your comments. Good luck on your bets, and tomorrow I will be doing yet another. I think I have like 3 more prelim fights lined up for tomorrow. I just have to get all the different cappers in on there, but I already seen like 4 people are putting out their picks early this week, so I've got plenty to choose from. I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. So thanks for watching. Good luck on your bets, and I will see you next time.